just doing an upload for YouTube. I don't like the way they changed everything. They really messed things up. It made it so complicated for live streaming. So I'm just going to try to get this message out. And wasn't feeling good today. That's why I'm still dressed the way I am. And anyway, I was in bed and I got a message came up on my phone, right? And I heard it beep and looked at it. And there's a lady that came up and she was reading, given a warning by the Lord. She wrote it down in her book, right? And I was, Max, you're gonna have to stay outside. And she's reading it about maybe a 3 minute, 4 minute script. I tried to find her. I tried to track it on YouTube. I tried to track it on my phone. I couldn't uh, find her. So, but she's talking about how the Lord told her that uh, God's judgment has already been decreed on the new Madrid fault, right? And there's a lot of swarms that are happening now. And some of my best friends, they live the fault lines right in their backyard. And I've been working on these disaster uh, relief cabins, earthquake cabins, and he wants to start building them in Missouri. And he's around the Benton area, right in the heart of all this. And okay, this is just like to get this warning out. Uh, I know here on the West Coast, I'm here in Vancouver Island, and there's a major event coming here. You try to wake people up, try to get them to prepare, and everyone's sleeping. It seems like no one is even paying attention. Trying to get. The Lord gave me the designs for these earthquake cabins. They're a hexagonal dome design, and they're a portable system, and I just built one when I came here a few months ago before Christmas. I built a dome that was 13 and a half feet tall, so it's not small. It's 16 feet across, and the Lord gave me the floor system and all that goes with it. That allows these cabins to be set up anywhere. And I've been doing all of my outreach on Facebook, but just not getting out, and it's not getting out far enough, and it's very difficult to get a hold of any organizations and to get the word out. Just your own contacts. You're limited on Facebook. You can only go so far, and it's good. I like it, and I'm well aware that everything's being watched and everything's being recorded. That everything is recorded in virtual reality. So there's nothing that you can say or do digitally that's not recorded. And anyway, in my search this morning, I came across one video where this lady came on, and just the average person. She came on, and she was sharing what the Lord put in her heart to share, and where she saw on this TV screen, she saw a map of the United States, and then she saw these concentric rings came out, and it had to do with the earthquake that's going to happen up in the northwest corner. And then she saw all these, uh, these steel containers, and she saw thousands and hundreds of thousands of Asians coming out of these containers. And this was after the earthquake, and the west coast was taken over by these Asians. And this could be, other people, seeing that the United States, the west coast was taken over by Chinese, right? So this is coming. So that means, if you're going to build places of refuge on the west coast, it's not going to work. It might work for the interim, but after the big one, there's two earthquakes coming. It's going to be a 9.2 that's going to hit, and it's going to cause major collateral damage, not too much death. And this is where the time of they're going to go and start to rebuild, right? And there was But the earthquake that the Lord showed me back in 1988 has to do with a pole shift event. And just recently that the Lord showed me the timing was the Lord brought back my spiritual memory starting to, and I saw the sun rise up on the west coast, like over the Pacific, right? So that's indicative of pole shift. It's happened in past time. And when that earthquake happened, it totally destroyed Vancouver. Vancouver Island was gone. It created a 1,500-foot wave over Vancouver Island, and I knew that this was happening all the way down. And so that one there's not going to be any survivors. If you're lucky enough to be underground somewhere, you might survive it, but this one's going to take out more than just I-5. And a 1,500-foot tidal wave, I've seen Vancouver Island buried with this. And David Terrell, God's prophet to the world, the Lord recently told him that God's going to hit the West Coast with the 13 and a 14, way off the Richter scale. And there's no surviving this. So there's going to be a preliminary 9.2 around there. And, it's the whole Pacific there is being activated now. We know that there's an asteroid impact about to happen. And with what the Lord gave Matt Smith, gave him a prophetic poem. It was on TrueNews.com with Rick Wells. I mean, the judgments that are coming on America and Canada, and in this next 8, 9, 10 months, America's going to be devastated. And people, you need to wake up. You need to get out of the cities, and you need to contact me concerning these portable shelter systems that the Lord gave me. Because if you don't have them, then you're just not going to have a place to live. Not when millions of homes are going to be wiped out. I've been trying to get it out, and just people, they just don't get it. You try to help them, and they just don't get it. They stay on the fence, and they figure things are going to get better, but they're not. This is it. This is the time to flee. This is time to get your hearts ready and get prepared in the natural. Pull all your monies out of the bank, because the banks are not going to be around much longer. Matt Smith saw the Lord showed him martial law is going to be in place by summer and midsummer in the States. And when you check into the FEMA camps, that's going to be it. You're not going to be checking out. Okay, so I'm just getting this out. So I'll be working with my friend down in Missouri, and he's going to help me. I still got to build a smaller cabin model in order to document the work. And the first prototype that I made was just a rain cover, but it's going to work for a portable system to sit on top of the floor of the portable floor system the Lord gave me. All right, I'm going to see if it's going to upload or not to YouTube. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you from Nanaimo, British Columbia, Vancouver Island.